I have to raise this mic. And shock you so you'll pay attention. Sorry about that. Alex is quite a bit shorter than me, so I apologize. All right, I'm here to just discuss our program and what we're about with Kickapoo University. We are very proud of these kids. This is our first graduating class from our program. They've been involved for 4 years. Will be our first graduating class, and we are very proud of that. We've come a long way. We have a long way to go, but hopefully it's been very beneficial for these 28 students that you see here tonight, and we're looking forward to the future with our program and having many, many more nights like this and many, many more students sitting here going through this experience. What is the purpose of Kickapoo University? Let's talk about that for just a minute. There are pillars for our program that we want everyone to be aware of. First of all, we want to keep our students engaged for 4 years of high school. We want them actively engaged in their education. High school is the only free education you're guaranteed. So let's make the most of it. Let's make it beneficial for those students. We want to give them guidance and career paths. We want to talk to them and have legitimate conversations with these young people about their futures. We found that people were not having those conversations with these students and talking to them about what they want to do for the future. And then we were expecting them to go on to college and be ready to roll. Well, we need to have some serious conversations before they get to that point. We want to promote cost savings through our dual enrollment program we have at Kickapoo. We have over 139 hours of college credit that we offer on our campus today. Hopefully that will grow. That's an advantageous thing for your students. We want our kids to have that experience in those college level courses, and some of those credits taken out of their way so they don't have to stress so much when they go on to college. And finally, we want to bridge the gap between high school and college. The Boston Globe says that 33% of students will graduate with a 4-year degree from college. 33% of those students, that's a third that go to college. We don't want that statistic to be Kickapoo's. We want that much higher for our student bodies. We want these young people prepared when they go to college. We also don't want them changing majors 5 or 6 times when it's costing them money to do that, if we can alleviate that from happening from their experiences that they have in high school. Part of the requirements to be in our program: they must complete an application, turn it in, 2 teacher recommendations, maintain a 3.0 GPA, maintain 95% attendance, be a part of our A+ program. There are basic requirements to be in our program and to be accepted. Beyond that, we require 3 job shadow experiences, especially for the freshman and sophomore classes. When they're young, they don't know what a job is really like, some of them. They've never worked, some of them. They think they want to be a veterinarian, for example, but they don't really know what that entails. We want them going out there and experiencing that, even if it's on a very low level of experience. We still want them to be exposed to those professions. We also require 150 hours of volunteerism. It's 2015. College applications and scholarship applications want volunteerism. It's very important for our society. There's a lot to be learned from volunteering, and we want our kids to experience that while in high school. And then finally, we want them to choose a career cluster at the end of their sophomore year. We want them to decide, hey, this is something I want to explore. It doesn't mean that's their job, that's what they're going to do forever. We want them to say, hey, I think I want to explore this, because it's all about the exploration of that career. Finally, our course requirements that we require, there are some additional things we make our students do besides those pillars that I just mentioned, the volunteerism, the job shadowing, etc. Those courses were designed by our staff as a whole and given to myself and Mrs. Butcher when we took over the program. The first was digital communications, computer applications. Those are computer courses, basic computer skills that they have to be successful on a college campus. When I teach those classes with my kids, I'll say, hey, you don't want to be in your dorm room sitting 3 hours doing a paper because you don't know how to use the software. You want to be 30 minutes, and I always joke with them, but I tell them I made a lot of money when I was here at MSU in college as a freshman because my roommates were football players, and they weren't what I call the sharpest tools in the shed. And they would ask me to type their papers because I could type really fast. I knew how to format. And I would say, yeah, $50, I'll type that paper. And I'd go in my room for 30 minutes and type a 3-page paper, watch TV a little bit, come out an hour later, act like I was really whipped from doing it, tell them how hard it was, and get down to the cash. So I always joke with them, but you need to know how to be successful in college using those tools. Intro to speech. We want our kids to have that course. Any college campus is going to require a speaking class. Okay? I was not a good speaker in high school. I was in the Future Farmers of America, which they laugh at also, but that's where I learned how to speak, and it was very terrorizing for me. I came to MSU and had a speech class with 400 kids in it. I stood down here in an auditorium full of 400 kids. That's intimidating. So at high school, we want them to get that out of the way. 30 kids in a class that they know is much easier and less stressful than that, hopefully. Global awareness. We feel like our kids need to be globally aware in today's society. They need to know about those things that are going on around us in other countries. 4th math class. Most colleges require this. We think it's very beneficial as well. And finally, the internship and capstone classes that you'll hear a lot about tonight. We designed with our instructors, and I cannot say enough about them. I could go rant and rant about both of these ladies, but they've done a phenomenal job. We kind of had a vision. We sat down with both of them. We sculpted out these two classes. We knew it would be hard for some of our kids to accept some of the challenges with those classes. We had some bumps in the road, but I think we worked them out. We came up with a great plan. Our internship class was taught by Mrs. Brenda Prater, and it was designed to be a business-type class where they understood the business world, what's it take to apply for a job. With that, we had 5 instructors from the Career Center here at MSU come over and teach us lessons and do lesson plans with the teachers and talk to them about some of those activities they would do, just like a college student would receive from the Career Center here on campus. We felt that was necessary. We also had the Capstone class, which Nancy Bright-Coffin was in charge of. We wanted some research components there where they actually delved into some authentic research about the career of their choice. Do they understand how much money they're actually going to make in that career? Do they understand that you have to start somewhere down here and make a lot less money and then work your way up to that? Do they understand the working conditions? Do they understand the classes they'll have to take to major in that career area? So we designed those classes with that emphasis on them. We are proud of those things tonight. That's what we're going to showcase. We hope that you see the fruits of their labors. I'm not going to prolong this any longer. We're ready to get down to business. I would like to introduce Ms. Brenda Prater to you. She was the teacher and instructor of our internship class. If you want to see what an awesome online class looks like, you should check out that internship class because she did a really phenomenal job with it. Very proud of her. She's my co-worker. We've been together for 15 years. Don't know what I would do without her, but she's my right-hand woman, my Vanna, Ms. Prater.